The crocodile stitch is done, you work on a row twice. You create a double crochet row and then you turn and work along that same row. The crocodile stitch is worked along 6 stitches. The beginning, and then the crocodile stitch, and then at the end you tack down. I'm going to consider this tack down on this side, so I'm going to ignore the first stitch. So you skip a stitch, and then you work 5 double crochets down the post of the next stitch. I like to turn my work to make it easier. So I yarned over and work a double crochet on the post. You're going to do 5 of those. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is half of the crocodile stitch. I like to chain 1 to give my space for turning. I'm going to rotate the project counterclockwise so that I can work up the next post with 5 double crochets. Yarn over, working on the next post, make 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn my work back to the normal working position, and you can see the crocodile stitch. I need to tack it down. To complete the crocodile stitch, you skip a stitch and then slip stitch in the next one. If you want to just do the slip stitch in the front loop, that'll leave the back loop ready for the next row. And that is the crocodile stitch completed. For the next one, consider this the first stitch of the next crocodile stitch. Skip 1, turn your work, and work 5 double crochets down the post of the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, rotate your work counterclockwise, work 5 double crochets up the next post. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn your work back clockwise, tack it down, skip 1, slip stitch in the top of the next one. And now I have 2 crocodile stitches completed. Let's make one more crocodile stitch and then I'll talk about the next row. It's tacked down, so you skip 1, make another crocodile stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, turn your work, 5 double crochets along the post of the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish by skipping 1 and slip stitching into the last one. 3 crocodile stitches completed. For the next row, I'm going to chain 3, tacked as the first double crochet. Some of the stitches are easier to see when you work your way back across. When you get to that area where you slip stitch in the row below, I left 1 loop available for using. So that will be what I'll catch. So I'm going to double crochet here, double crochet in the next one, in both loops across. But when I get to that slip stitch of the row before, the back loop now is used, so I can only pick up the front loop. And I'll work my way across. And I keep track of how many I need. If I have a hard time seeing it, I'll just make sure I put enough double crochets across in order to complete the correct number of crocodile stitches. This one has 16 across.